video. Inmendham video. Alright, some of this will be horribly redundant for those who are, oh, I shouldn't even say that, right? Because, yeah, that's been going on for years. Because there's no rational, ordered conversation area on this YouTube mechanism, because Google's an evil corporation. So even though it said, don't be evil, it seemed to understand what the principles were. It behaves completely in an evil, stupid, retarded manner. And that's sort of the subject, is this determinism thing. The fact is, you can't help being an asshole if you happen to be an asshole. In the sense that there's nothing going to help you but the understanding that, yes, I'm an asshole and I shouldn't be an asshole. So if you don't understand that, yes, then there won't be any mechanism inside of you preventing you from being an asshole. Knowledge prevents stupidity. Stupid things from happening. Stupid things don't happen if you have knowledge. Have lots of knowledge, and then you don't have accidents. It's sort of like the Google car. Now, see, that sort of makes sense, right? You have a computer, it figures out all the permutations, and it can eliminate all the stupid accidents. Now, it can't eliminate the ones that are, you know, the physics just sort of demand it. Fog rolls in, no information, we're already going 50 miles an hour, you know, lots of shit can happen that you can't do anything about, blah, blah, blah. But it can do all the ones that just require some thought and calculations and that kind of shit. The ones that are, when there's enough information and all you need to do is process the information correctly, yes, you can handle that. And so information is power, all that kind of crap. Knowledge is power, and lots of things don't have it. And the question isn't so much whether they could know how to play the piano. You could have known how to play the piano. Well, of course, you could have taken piano lessons and known how to play the piano, but you didn't. So you're a shitty piano player. So when a person is a shitty person, the point really isn't, they could have been a great person. Well, no, they didn't do any of the things required to be a great person. Just like if I don't take piano lessons, I don't know how to play the piano. They didn't take being a good person lessons. Nobody taught them. No one forced them to sit on the bench and go, look, this is A, and this is B, 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 B. You know, nobody did that. So they don't know how to do the simple, how to, you know, like nobody taught them math. You wouldn't know 2 plus 2 does equal 4. Because nobody sat down with you and said, see, this is a 2. It represents these two things. This has 2-ness. Okay, 2-ness plus 2-ness equals 4-ness. You know, nobody did that. When I went to school, they used a scale, and the little numbers used to weigh proportionally. And so they put the numbers on the scales, and see, 2 2s would add up to 1 4 in its weight, you see. I thought that was a very good method of teaching simple mathematics. Unfortunately, that's the only thing the teachers knew how to do. was 2 plus 2. They really didn't know how to do anything else, so they weren't very useful once you got that part done. So they didn't teach me anything rational about grammar or conversation or anything else. I had to learn that all on my own. Anyway, so yes, we've been there and done this conversation about the fact that people can't help being pieces of shit. And therefore, people draw the conclusion, well, therefore, you can't do anything to punish them because there's no point because they couldn't help it. It's not the point of punishing them. We don't punish people because it's fun. Mostly we don't. And clearly, you can argue that the victims probably are entitled to a little bit of fun. Okay, I mean, they've been the ones victimized. They've had their life completely ruined, and if they really do want to go hit the fucker with a stick, we probably should let them. Because, you know, emotionally, they deserve some sort of comfort. And if it, you know, it's also a determined fact that, yes, if you're a victim, you're probably going to get some comfort out of the asshole having sticks in his asshole. It probably is going to entertain you. So anyway, but that's a side subject. The point of this whole exercise of the idea of saying, you should have done better, is to point out, look, we punished a bunch of assholes that look like you, right? We stuck sticks in their anus. Can't you you couldn't figure out that this isn't the wrong thing to do, but you're going to end up with sticks in your anus? Well, yeah, you did the wrong thing. Now we're going to put sticks in your anus, you dumbass, because that's how it works. Because guess what? For every stick we shove in your fucking anus, that does work on a few assholes out there. It changes their tomato, their brain, because it puts a piece of knowledge in there, goes, me plus bad action equals stick in my ass. And they say, okay, now I'm not doing that bad action stuff because I don't want that stick in my ass. So deterrence works. And as long as deterrence works, punishment works. Just a fact. It makes sense. It's the logical response to the problem. And it's a real problem. Victims being made is a real problem. Gotta save the victims. No point in crying over spilt milk. See, that's the thing. Okay, say, no point in crying over spilt milk. No point in crying over mass murder. I would agree. Okay, but there is a point in preventing more spilting of the milk. There is a point in saying, let's make sure milk doesn't get spilt no more. Let's either put the milk in plastic bottles, or let's put sticks in the ass of the milk spillers. You have to do something. So the appropriate reaction is to do something to prevent. It's always the brilliant idea here. Prevention. That's really that's the value thing. Prevention. It's worth a zillion quadrillions of all the other shit in the universe. Prevention is the greatest thing ever invented. Yes, it should be. If you have to have a God, that should be your God. Prevention. Prevention. So anyway, that's sort of the context of these conversations, right? But there's all these free will people, but they're all idiots. And, it's just everybody has to turn everything into religion. So even the free will people, well, the universe is, we're all the universe, and we're really sticking a stick in our own anus. So what? Yeah, that's exactly right. So what? That's because we suck. Fundamentally. And if you want to prevent having to do that, then quit making things that have to have sticks put in their ass. Quit making a thing that doesn't work. And it just doesn't fucking work. If you make us into better people, we won't have any reason to live. Because we're not made to be good people. We're made to be monsters that consume and reproduce. We fuck and eat and take. That's what we're designed to be, is winners. I beat the shit out of you. I'm cool. You're shit that got, your thing with shit all over you. I mean, that's what we're designed to be, is winners. I beat you. Ha ha ha, I'm great. Without that, we have very little to live for. That's what we're sort of designed to do. It's like Tyrannosauruses. Is it really realistic to think that they're going to sit around in some tea room with their little arms in their teacups and go, oh, she hurt my feelings the other day and I got all upset. No, they're not going to do that shit. That's not going to be meaningful life for the Tyrannosaurus. And the same is true for this dumb, fucking, idiotic monkey. We're made to get all hysterical, pick up sticks, and bash each other over the head. That's what we're made to fucking do, because we're dumb fucking monkeys at the basic level. And that's where we don't really have much other function. We don't find it entertaining otherwise. The leaf eating and the farting is boring. If we don't get to go bash something with a stick now and then. Alright, I'm hyperboling to a little bit of excess here, but so anyway, we've had this conversation. Who cares? I'm not just saying, yes, it's important for people to understand you can't fix the past by going, that shouldn't have happened. They shouldn't have been dumb. They could have been smarter. Yeah, that won't fix anything. Doesn't fix the past, and it doesn't help the future at all. So you have to really turn into, we could have informed the dumbos. We could have put idiots in cages. We could have, had, better than moronic questions on the gun license, like Do you feel like shooting your mother in the head? Yeah. Oh, they got that question right. Oh, okay. But they didn't understand that the question wasn't asking them, do you feel like it today? See, if you would have asked them the better question, have you ever thought about shooting your mother in the head? You see, then they would have answered yes, and we could have stopped them from having a gun, but we asked the wrong fucking question. So yes, this whole conversation isn't about they should have. The fucking subject is we. We should have. We could have. We could have. The modern mystic could have, all right, done something better with his time, okay, than jibber jabber about, well, this is reality and all you people are just pub people and you're silly pub people. I'm doing reality over here, okay? And if I had 1,000,000 years of reality, I would just sit around and go camping and take pictures of stuff and then have a little nap. Sorry, I don't mean to be, but it's just, the point is that this is our game. And we can fix it. But we can't fix it if everybody's just walking around saying it can't be fixed. That's the wrong fucking answer. It certainly can't be fixed if you don't even fucking try to fix it. Yes, you're guaranteed to fail if you don't even try. I mean, I really have to, somebody actually has to say that, huh? I have to explain that like 2 + 2 = 4. I have to explain that try plus opportunity equals success. I have to do that to smart people. I mean, you people could do better. I shouldn't have to do that. I should be able to use my time to do something much more valuable than have to do this 2 + 2 crap. Alright. Sorry, just a little bit, it happens. I mean, now while I'm, sort of insulting the mystic a little bit, I was really surprised, of some of his gaps. But, I mean, it's the cultural gaps. I don't even know how people can do that, right? Like, you're a smart guy and you're in the universe, and you hear about this movie, and this character, Hannibal Lecter, and it's actually played by this really brilliant actor, Anthony Hopkins, who is really fantastic in almost everything he does, and you never watch the movie? How the fuck is that possible? Your curiosity just doesn't say, I gotta see it. I gotta see it. I mean, how is that possible that you could have a gap like that where you just said, nah, who cares? I'll watch old episodes of Columbo instead. I mean, not that Columbo isn't good television, but I mean, come on. You gotta see the movie. Anyway. Moving. Beyond that, in another video, he's talking about how after almost 60 years, I think he hit 60. I'm not sure. Now, I think he's a year older than me, but anyway. He didn't know that women have a certain number of eggs in an ovary, and that they emerge, pop out one a month, and I mean, I was just stunned. Just because that was one of those things, like, there's few things in school, when you're in school, there's not too many subjects you're terribly curious about, but when I got to the book that had the penises and the vaginas in it, yeah, I paid attention. I was really interested, especially, that whole, especially when I knew that my penis was going to be in vaginas. I was like, well, this is really fun. This is a good subject. So, yeah, I was paying attention. So it's one of those things where you just say, ooh, surprising. That all these years, he just wasn't that damn curious about the function of this slop. It's just for fucking. It's not worthy of thinking about. And yeah, sometimes details just suck. They just get in the way. Keep it magical. Okay, I could see, yes, just keep it magical. Don't spoil it with knowledge, because that'll just make it skanky or something. So that is the danger. But anyway, it still just seems like your curiosity would win out on you. You just have to know. Yeah, I'd have to know. I'd have to know. Gotta go find that book. So that's sort of a side subject, but it's part of this whole determinism thing, right? Because we're just determined by the way we got rolled in the stream, and the way our little eddy is spinning, and what kind of, like I said, what kind of crap is in it. Yeah, I don't think that I need a huge theme here. It's just that this is rolling up to the question of what's our proper response to the fact that some of the humans don't work very well. So what do we do about it? Well, the first thing we can do is deter them from not working very well. Okay, like the simple ones where we kind of force them to understand that 2 plus 2 is going to equal 4. That is, bad behavior is going to equal stick in your ass. Now, if we can do that much, give them some reason to say bad behavior is dumb because it'll put a stick in my ass. Okay, that's good. That's easy. Okay, it doesn't take too much effort to figure that one out. Now, the bigger issue is, how do I not make assholes in the first place? Well, I guess, no, don't let assholes raise kids. So that's the one society hasn't caught on to yet. That you don't let imbeciles raise children. That's really fucking dumb. So, yeah, you sort of have, like, raising kids is a little more important than buying a gun, right? At least we ask people some kind of stupid fucktarded question before we let them buy a gun. We ask them a few fucking questions about, do you understand that cars are heavy and that they have momentum and that you can't stop instantly? Do you understand the cars don't stop instantly? So, like, you can't just go any speed into an intersection. Do you understand a few of these mechanical rules before we give them fucking driver's licenses? And that maybe we should have some fucking standard for what kind of motherfucking skanky piece of shit should be allowed to raise a child. I mean, damn, that's not 2 plus 2 logic. Don't let imbeciles, fucking imbeciles, raise children. You can't say that. If I passed a bill that says, let's do something to stop imbeciles from raising children, you can't raise your hand and say, yeah, let's do that. Let's at least take the first step on that staircase and at least admit we need to do that. We need to. Again, it's not about, well, how do we prevent the milk that's spilt in 1942? You can't prevent the milk that's spilt in 1942. You can only prevent the milk that's going to spill in 2018, kind of a thing. You gotta look to the future, fuckers. Quit fucking bullshitting about the past and recognize the only way you stop the bad things that happen in the past is to stop them in the future. And that you have all the power in the goddamn world to do that. And all it requires is for you to stop being nitpicking, naysaying, weaselly motherfucking cunts. Alright? And vote for something good for a change. Quit voting for shit. Quit fucking placating shit. Quit saying, huddled masses are hugely fun. Smelly poor people are the greatest thing ever. Yeah, quit saying stupid shit like that. Dumb is really great. It's the new smart. No, dumb isn't the new smart. It's fucking dumb. Yeah, it does get you excited just because it's just, this is 2 plus 2 for fuck's sake. And when smart people, like I say, smart people, well, they couldn't help being assholes. They couldn't help being an asshole. We can't punish them. We couldn't help being an asshole. Oh, so we should let the victims keep getting created. If somebody has to pay for deterrence, who should pay for it? The motherfucker who raped the baby or another baby? Who should pay for it? Oh, I suggest we make the asshole who's a baby raper pay for it. Shit. If you have to torture somebody, and the point is we have to, who do you torture? The asshole who did nothing wrong, or the asshole who did everything wrong? And again, the point is, stop making bad things. Stop being illogical and thinking, you can put as many poison apples in the pie as you want to. Because I have one good apple here. And that'll make it all better. I have a special fairy apple that just takes care of all that. I have a silver lining. Doesn't silver lining fix death by radiation sickness? No, it doesn't. You know, quit justifying putting poison apples in the fucking recipe. Ugh. Alright, that's probably enough. I mean, it's a subject we've been over and over and over in my past, so it's really just so horribly redundant. And I mean, it's just stupid not to figure out that. Well, see, even he compared it to, he said it's like Windows, right? Windows can't help being stupid. You know, an asshole. You know, Windows, the operating system. Yes, but we can help by saying it's not good enough. Do it better. Throw that copy in the bin. Take the CD and hit it with a hammer. It's a piece of shit. Don't let anybody load the piece of shit on their computer. Don't make more copies of the shit. That we can do. Yeah, that's probably a better way to say it. There is a fact that you can make quality people and you can make shitty people. And it's really, there's really obvious ways to make a shitty person, okay? And there's really obvious ways to make a good person. You know, piano lessons, you know, articulate mentors, quality television. And, you know, the way to make an asshole is treat your kid like a fucking dog. Don't pay any attention. Don't worry about nutrition. Don't worry about it needing a proper environment. You know, just let it play with the other pit bulls. It'll work out fine. No, it won't work out fine. You have to do a little bit of work. It takes grammar school mathematics to raise a child. It really does. It takes a few grammar school notions of simple logic, simple facts being expressed to something. Where you walk up to the little maturing object and you say to it, you understand that you have feelings, right? And that you have desires. Well, all the other people do also, you see. And when you compromise their aspirations and desires by hacking their arms off or something, or stealing their penis, that you're ruining their existence. You do understand that. That's like somebody doing it to you. Would you want somebody to steal your penis, asshole? Would you? Would you? No, you wouldn't. So if you do it to somebody else, you're being illogical, buttfuck. You little monster. Okay? And if you can't figure that out, that you don't be a thief and a crook and a liar, and if you can't, a scummy little piece of bacteria, you don't do that. And if you do that, society has a right to say, you fucking suck, and I'm going to, like any other kind of piece of shit, I'm going to flush you down the fucking toilet. Because you suck. You can understand that, can't you? You little fuck. Now, that's all they need. And society doesn't have the balls to do it. Because that doesn't have God in it. That doesn't have the magic cure. Is the retards will learn how to be good people by threatening them with a silly cartoon character. You'll keep the stupid people from being scumbags by just threatening them with Aquaman. Just tell them how Aquaman is going to come get them. He's going to walk out of the sea and come get them if they don't behave right. That's the logic of these fucktards. Yeah. These grab 'em by the pussy ears. A couple of asshole commenters on my video, you say, he didn't say do that. He was saying the women's let him. No, that's not what he was saying. He was quite clear in what he was saying. Okay? That he can get away with anything. That's what he was saying. Clearly. I can get away with it. If you're famous, if you're rich, that is, if you inherit a bunch of money, you can get away with anything. And he said it. He used the words, get away with. Because he knows it was wrong. He knows it's a trespass. Okay, he knows it's a violation of etiquette, right? Etiquette. And he just doesn't give a fuck. Because he's a fucking master and they're fucking slaves. And you scum defending this goddamn sick, psychotic piece of shit. I mean, you just can't fucking goddamn get a stick up your ass soon enough. The man's an imbecile. He can't do 2 fucking plus 2 fucking logic. Alright. Sorry for the yelling. It's one of those mornings. Egg is emerging or something.